strength, to understand the value they bring in the organization, to understand what their values are, to get clear on those so that they can walk in power, right? And so that was a pivotal moment for me, and that's how it all started. And I've been in business now for 8 years. Yeah.
Wow, that was beautiful. That's so beautiful. I love hearing those type of testimonies, and and just to know how well you're doing now compared to like
Yeah.
dealing with that situation.
My goodness.
Like,
Yes.
I know that definitely is a trigger word for a lot of women.
What are we talking about right
What
now?
do you mean?
I literally, I was so grateful that I was so stomped. I didn't say anything to him, right?
Right.
I
And
mean, because anything that would have come out of my mouth might not have been so good. So I was like, okay, thank you for coming in and talking to me. But I knew, I'm like,
so from that situation, what do you feel that was is one main thing that you learned from that situation that helped you to grow?
that helped me to grow. Well, I think that situation, everything in my life, everything negative that happens to me, I am like the person who repurposed that to help the next person, right? I don't want people to have to go through that in their lives. In there, that's why I focus on Black women. But the lesson I learned from that is that those systemic, because I live in California, and so in California we can kind of, we it's not so blatant, it's not so in your face, so we can kind of be in la la land when it comes to these issues being systemic, right? And I really believe that's why the Lord took me up there to that small town so I could get a taste of it myself, right? Because, you can really, you can be kind of thinking, oh, it doesn't really affect us here in California. Oh, no, we're really progressive. And, we have progressive legislators and progressive laws, but people are people everywhere, right? And so I had to get a taste of that to really understand it and know that that is real, that those systems of are real in our world, and I can help people overcome them, right? And not to internalize them. Like when he said that to me, I knew there was nothing wrong with the way I was acting. I knew I didn't need to be submissive in the workplace. I'm like, you are crazy, right? You are crazy if you think the CEO of a nonprofit entity is supposed to be submissive to you or your board or anything else, right? If anything, we're colleagues, we're working together in this. I'm not supposed to be submissive, right? So, but you can get these messages so often in corporate America that you can internalize them and get beat up by them and think you're not enough and think that you don't have what it takes. There are so many inequities. There's pay inequities that's still rampant today, right? And you what I found out in working with our people, our sisters, is I know we're some hardworking sisters, right? We are the core of our families. We're the heart of our families, and yet, and we vote. We vote. 90% of us vote in every election. We're doing all the things, right? We're voting. We are taking care of our families. In California, 60% of women are head of household, and they're the only check coming into that household. So they're working, they're doing all the things. And then to have to face these kind of inequities and these systemic inequities in our system, it's just not fair. And that's one of my values. It's one of my core values. We all have about 5 or core values that have been with us throughout our life. And fairness is one of mine. Justice is one of mine. So it just bothers me that all of this inequity exists, that despite our hard work and all we do and all we have to do to survive, that we have to also put up with these inequities. So I'm really ardent about helping our sisters prevail in face of all of this.
Yes, and it's definitely needed, and I do thank you and I appreciate you for the time and the energy that you put into helping for sure. Um, so the next question I have for you is, how do you describe your business and your target market?
Awesome. So my business is started out as a coaching firm, but it has developed into a leadership coaching and consultancy firm, right? Where in my target market, where I work with women of color to overcome challenges to equity, but I also work with businesses to overcome challenges to their inequities and also to make those beautiful statements they have about, inclusion and belonging, to make them really real, right? Um, and so I work with business to overcome challenges as well. So we're about all things leadership and about all things equity, right? So unlike the field, I've not taken equity out. Equity is important. Equity is about fairness. We're not going to feel like we belong and we're included if things aren't fair. So it's important, right? So I'm not taking that out. And there are businesses, despite all the hubbub, there are businesses that are still pushing toward equitable and inclusive and spaces where everybody feels like they belong because it's good for business, right? It is good for business. So this is how you would describe it. My target market is Black women. I work, I would say 90% of the time, 99% of the time with Black women. Doesn't mean I don't serve other women. I've had Latino women, I've had Asian women, I've even had a white male. I was so surprised when he came to me and he said, I want to work with you. I'm like, okay. Did you go to my website? Please go to my website because that's all you see out there is Black women, what I serve.
Yeah.
He came back. He said, oh, yeah, I want to work with you. I said, can I ask how you got to know me? He said, my wife said that I should work with you. And we set up what we call as a discovery call, which is that first call that's free. We set up a discovery call and I talked with him and we clicked. So he said, yeah, I want you to be my coach. And so I work with him. And it's a good coaching relationship when he referred his son to me. So his son is now going to work with me this year.
Wow.
So
That
there's,
is awesome.
oh yeah, because um, it's not like white men don't have challenges. They do have challenges too. And coaching is about working with the individual anyway. So that might be my target, but I'm always going to work with that individual, help to understand them, know their values, help them to achieve what's next for them and co-create that best solution.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. So, what is your vision that you hold for your business?
So my vision for my business is my vision for my business is to that esteemed women would stand in their power, speak their truths, and command their world. That's what I want for my business, right? Um, and so that's what Guest Brown Impact desires to do, and and that's what I hope for my business.
So repeat that for me again, because that was powerful.
Esteemed women standing in their truth, and esteemed women speaking their truth, standing in their power, and commanding their world.
That is awesome. I need to write that down.
Oh, you can write it down. You can go to my website. It's out there. My vision statement is out there. Guest Brown Impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I'm definitely gonna go to your website after all of this.
Thank you.
So my next question is, what motivates you?
You know what? I am motivated um, by helping sisters, right? That I told you I had that value for justice. It's been with me a long time. I know it's a core value because we all have about four core values. It's a value that's been with you a long time. Since I was a kid, it has always bothered me when people cut in line. I can't watch it. I have to say something. You can't cut in line. Oh, nope, he's next. When I was a kid, I was that way, right? And so it's still with me, that value for fairness, that value for justice. This is what motivates me. And I think we're gonna have to do a lot of standing in our power, speaking our truths in this coming year. Right, with the new administration coming in, we're going to have to do a lot of that. Commanding our worlds, we're going to have to do a lot of it.
Absolutely, and that's definitely that something that I hold true to is making sure that I create my world, what I want. So my next question will be, as far as coaching and speaking, how important is leadership coaching in the grand scheme of all things leadership? I'm sorry. Um, I guess back to what she was saying about the commanding our world that we want to create, and we want to create the world that we really want to see, the one that we really want to be in. So it's extremely important to make sure that we're not focusing so much on what we don't want, but we focus on the things that we do want to happen and carry that on into our everyday lives and every single moment. Making sure that we allow room for mess ups, and give ourselves grace, and give people grace, give people mercy. We want to make sure that we do that in creating our world. So my next question that I have for you is, how important is leadership coaching in the grand scheme of all things leadership?
You know what? We talked about this a little bit earlier, how effective leadership coaching has become in the grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
The ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation, has recently done a survey that showed that leadership coaching is that CEOs and coachees, the people who are being coached, have a satisfaction rate of 85% with their leadership coaching. And so it's really proven to be, I think for Black women, it's really important because it's hard because there's a lot of competition for our dollar. It's hard to get Black women to spend that money on themselves, but I think it's really important because they're dealing with so much. And leadership coaching is that someone outside of yourself that can help you focus on you know your core values, what you're about, help you not internalize some of that stuff. So leadership coaching is very valuable. And I even do pro bono coaching. So the local ICF chapter, the International Coaching Federation of Sacramento, has pro bono coaching set up for us to participate in because it needs to be more equity in that field, right? We need to get coaching to more people of color. That's how I feel about it. I think everybody needs a leadership coach.
Yeah, I feel like I need a leadership coach. So, what have you learned about Black women over your 8 years of serving them?
You know, I learned that they're extremely hardworking. Excuse me. They're extremely hardworking. They're awesome. They're awesome. One of the things I learned about Black women, though, it led me to create a negotiation course. Even the research showed that 80% of all women have never, ever negotiated at work, right? We don't negotiate at work. And even on that first offer, when you're going in to get a job, they'll say, okay, we want you, we'll start tomorrow. Your salary is this. Women say, okay, great, I'll take it. Yes, when do I start? Men say, okay, let me think about that. And I'll get back to you tomorrow. And then they negotiate for about, $5,000 to $7,000 more, right? And so we've got to stop that. As women, we don't negotiate. Black women don't negotiate either. And there's a reason for that. Societally, there is a little penalty that we suffer as women if we show too many leadership characteristics, unfortunately. Just the very thing we need to be successful, we if we show too much of that, then we are penalized for it. It's called the gender likability penalty. It's been studied by it's been studied. There was a study in Harvard Business Review. In fact, two professors. Uh, it's called the Heidi Howard study, and two professors, one from Columbia, one from Harvard, got together and they gave um, the same uh, portfolio to their school. The classes were made up to each of their classes, and their classes were made up of men and women. And they gave them the same portfolio on this person. One was called Heidi Rosen, one was called Howard Rosen. They gave them each, one class got Heidi, one class got Howard, both men and women. The only thing they changed on the portfolio or the resume was the name, the first name. And when they read about Howard, they said, "Oh, Howard sounds awesome." It was a study about this person who had amassed great business fortune through their great network of friends and colleagues. And they said Howard was a great person, would want to work with him, seemed very aggressive, a bit ambitious, and a really great person. Heidi, on the other hand, they said Heidi was wouldn't want to work with her. She seems too aggressive. That she's probably wouldn't be fun to work with. Um, so same resume, right? And
Wow.
they call this, the gender likability program. And it's this age old gender stereotype in our country that says when women act too much like what they quote are men stereotypes, like to be
Yeah.
direct, to be ambitious, to be to go after business. When we act too much like what they quote, that's a male characteristic to be successful. In fact, success was negatively correlated between men and women. If women were successful, we didn't like them. If they were aggressive, they didn't. And so we see this with women running in politics, right? We first saw it with Hillary. It wasn't even first with Hillary. Anytime a woman runs for office, they pick her apart. They don't like her. She's too aggressive. She's too this. She's too that.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing going on, and it's been going on for a long time. And
Yeah.
I know we're really short on time right now. I do want to ask, what is one actionable step that you would encourage listeners today as we embark on the new year?
Oh well, anytime, not just the new year. I think they could really ask themselves, what is one bold move I will make in this season, right? What is one bold move I will make? And think of your biggest and boldest move, uh, because that's something that's there, but you're telling yourself you won't be able to do it. You can't hit it. You can't get it. And so, what is one bold move you will take? I asked myself that this year, and I decided it is to take my business. I'm already speaking across the country. It's to take my business internationally and to move toward Africa, right? Both in travel and in my business. So ask yourselves, what is one bold move you will take in this season, in this coming season?
Yes, that's beautiful. I'm definitely going to take that message with myself.
Okay.
I thank you so much, Miss Gail. Once again, Miss Gail, thank you for sharing with us today. Um,
Thank you, Maya.
yeah, this was nice. I like this. It's pretty cool to hear this. And I'm originally from California. I was
Ah,
born in Long Beach, so
ah,
I
ah,
was I was excited once I heard you were from California. I was like, oh, cool.
okay. Yeah. I've been in California all these years. I don't know, 20 plus years. Uh,
Wow.
but
Yeah.
my roots are.
Yes, yes. Well, I definitely wish you the best. Remember, every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. We want to thank our Black Business Expo US sponsor for May 2024. NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Reach, Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia, Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, Margie McLean, Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Malaine Shaney Global, Executive Women Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Banks Law Firm, and Black Business Expo USA.
Amen.
Yes, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Remember, genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Carmaya. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Hi, I'm Eric Kelly III, and today I'd like to introduce you to my art. Welcome to the Eric Kelly III Museum, located in Durham, North Carolina. Today we're going to be discussing my art, my journey, and where I'm going next. You know, the past, the today, and the future. When I think about the beginning of my work, I have to go all the way back to when I was about 4 years old. And my grandmother gave me a pen, and I was in church. And I took that pen and I began to draw. And as I was drawing, later on, my grandmother said that the picture that I drew then looked like the choir that was in the church. And so my affinity for utilizing the ink pen to do work still happens today. Now, many times when we begin to talk about art, the question always is, what is the intent? Why do you do art? What makes you an artist? And so, as we look at my early years, I was not thinking about what I was drawing. I was just in love with drawing. I remember in the 5th grade, when a young man, one of my friends, came to my desk and saw me drawing, and he said he'd like to draw. And so I said to him, anyone can draw. Because in my mind, as a young kid, my art was just a way of, I would say, expressing how I felt. And so each day I would give him triangles and squares and show him how to draw. And so in my mind, I wanted to be an art teacher. And being an art teacher, I thought I could give back to other young people, other folk, how I felt about art. And so as we moved through my timeline and moved past the 5th grade, I began to draw, I would say, comic book figures, you know, a lot of figures, a lot of pictures of what I saw in comic books. And one of the things that I noticed about me at an early age, maybe it was because my grandmother was a civil rights leader, maybe it was because my great-grandfather wanted me to be a lawyer, and he took me each day from Scarborough Nursery School down to the courthouse to watch what was going on at the courthouse. And maybe it was me watching television and seeing the civil rights movement happening, and seeing things that were going on. But I remember when I was about 12 that there was this thing called identity. You know, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And the music that I was hearing was just so different until I began to change the white images that I looked at to black images. I can remember the Incredible Hulk that I changed into the Incredible Bullock. You got to understand, I was a kid, you know. Tarzan. I did Tarzan wrestling with an alligator in the jungle with an afro. And so this whole thing of black identity was prevalent on my mind as a young artist. Many times people say artwork is political. And I continue to say that not only artwork is political, art is what is your identity, but more importantly, what is your intention? And so as I moved through those years, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I began to look at the difference between how I felt and how I saw things. And one of the things that I noticed early on is that I could actually hear tones and hear music, and I would see colors in terms of what I was drawing. Many times I found myself talking to people and I would say, Um, I can draw you if I think about you. And that was one of the games I used to play when I was a young kid. I would talk to somebody, I would listen to them, and then I would go home and I'd get my sketch pad and I would actually draw them. Many times when I was coming up, I used to tell people that if you talk about what you want, I could draw some lines, and then I can go and create that particular object. Intention, identity, and color was very prevalent in my work at an early age. I remember my first paper mache dog that I did. It was white, and my teacher kept the paper mache dog. And my great grandfather used to say to me that don't give my artwork away. And so he said only sell to collectors. And so at 7 years old, he started a museum for me called the Eric Kelly III Museum that would house my artwork in his house, along his halls, and house my writings. I'm also a poet. I do poetry, 3 portrait CDs that I've done in the past, along with some more interesting writings. My work, again, as I said before, is about identity and intention. When you think about colors, and we will see some of those pieces later on, but the colors and portraiture that I've moved into, very, very important. Initially, I was doing a lot of figuration, and that figuration was a lot of history pieces. Now, fortunate for many artists, they have what I would say some guidance, some leadership. When I was growing up, once I got to the 12th grade, 3 of my teachers, Sandra Dowd, Miss Corbett, and Miss Cousins, pulled me into the teacher's lounge. And my art teacher, Sandra Dowd, said to me that I was cheating the world because I was not doing enough art. And she said each day that she give out a project, that I would come in the day of the project and do the best piece in the school. And I used to think about that because I wasn't really aware in terms of my art. I just was doing art. And so my English teacher said that, well, this year you're not going to graduate. And my history teacher says, that is correct, you're not going to graduate. And so you got to understand, back in those days, graduation, senior year was very important. And so what I did was I said to them, y'all can't do that. And they said, yes, we can, because we control your grades. And so I sat there and I listened to them as they began to tell me what they wanted me to do my senior year so that I could do more art. And many times when you have people that come into your life and say they want you to do something and you have your own mission and ideas of what you want to do, sometimes you just, don't do it. But in those days, I was the guy who was very popular in high school. So I thought to myself, this is only a challenge. And so each morning, I would draw for my English class, the Macbeth, the Odyssey. For my history class, which was a Black history class, I would draw about the transatlantic slave trade, great African Americans who went on before, like Crispus Attucks, Martin Luther King, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Malcolm X. And these are the kind of pictures that I was drawing. They were historical figures. And I found myself doing the work late at night and bringing those pieces to high school and give them to the teachers the day of. And I think those teachers thought that by me doing the work that I was doing, that I was giving the work to them. But as I said before, my great-grandfather said, don't give your work away. Always sell your work for what it's worth. And more importantly, sell to collectors. And so the Eric Kelly Museum has been a private museum only selling to collectors. And so when the end of the year came, I had drawn enough work to fill a whole hallway in the high school. And as I said before, I started out doing figuration and doing historical pieces. And I hadn't yet started thinking about what my intent was going to be. Why was I doing the work? I was doing the work because I was asked, not because there was this urge deep down inside saying, I'm going to draw all of this work. And so at the end of the year, I received the Links Best Artist in the State. And this is what has propelled me to become the artist I am today. I looked at the art award that I received, and I thought about where did I want to go to college. And so I had letters coming to me. I was in the news, I was on television, and all these great things. I had these things to happen. And so I had letters coming to my house to go to different schools. And my great-grandfather used to say there are 5 things that you need to think about as you live. He said, number 1 is to think. Number 2 is to sell something. Number 3 is to do research. Number 4 is to be relentless. Number 5 is to have energy in everything that you do. And so I started on my quest for understanding that art was going to be what I wanted to do. And so I did research on the schools in Durham, North Carolina. And for those who don't know about Durham, North Carolina is a space where black people, 49% black people, were engaging in economics everywhere. You know, Durham was the tobacco capital of North Carolina at one time. And so when I was a young man and I lived in Federal Street Projects, I could walk down to Pettigrew Street, not to Parish Street, because Parish Street is considered Black Wall Street now, but before Parish Street, there was Pettigrew Street. And on Pettigrew Street was Service Printing, black man owned it, the Regal Theater, black man owned it, the barber shop, WAFR, and the taxi cabs. And I could see black people doing great things right there on Pettigrew Street. And Pettigrew Street was probably about 4 or 5 blocks from where I stayed. I remember going to the Regal Theater, seeing Hercules and all these movies as a young man. But the thing that really impressed me about Pettigrew Street was I saw black people doing black things. And so as I did my research to see where I was going to go to school, I discovered that North Carolina Central University was one of the top schools with black professors. And one of the things that I wanted to do, you know, as a young person is I wanted to go to a school where I could study in the class, and then I also could go to the library and pick their books up and read more about what they were talking about, so I would be immersed into the art. And so at that time, North Carolina Central University did not have an art scholarship program. And so remember what I said earlier about my great-grandfather. He said, think, and then sell, and do research. And so in doing my research and thinking, I said to myself, I want to take my portfolio down and ask them to come to that school for art. Now, many people don't know, and I didn't know at the time, that Ernie Barnes, who is one of the greatest artists who ever come out of Durham, North Carolina, didn't know that Ernie Barnes had gone to North Carolina Central University. That was not, in my mind, something that I knew. I was an artist who was influenced by the people that I knew, not the books that I read, but the people that I actually knew. And so I took my portfolio down to Atlanta Henderson at North Carolina Central University. My portfolio was full of historical art, as I said before, because that's all I was doing. Many times you hear the idea that all art is political art. While I wasn't thinking my art was political, my art was always about identity as a black man, as a black person, as a black entity on the planet. And so I left my portfolio with Dr. Henderson, and a week passed, and they sent me a letter offering me an art scholarship at North Carolina Central University. This was probably one of the greatest days of my life. As my grandmother at the time said to me, she said, well, since you're going to school for free, I'm going to give you the family car. And you know, when you're thinking about your life and how things transpire to get you where you're going, these are the kinds of things that move you to believe in yourself. My grandmother used to say, you can do anything that you want to do. Just stand up for yourself and do it. And so, with that being said, my grandmother gave me the family car, and off to North Carolina Central University I was. And, you know, one of the first heartaches that I would say that I had at North Carolina Central University was the whole I'm on art scholarship. And why I say it was a heartache is because the other students that was in school in those days, they knew I was on art scholarship. I didn't know they knew I was on art scholarship. So when classes began and I was asking the other students about painting, because in high school I had done 3 paintings, hadn't done a lot of painting. As a matter of fact, I was self-taught for my painting. My art teacher, Sandra Dowd, said to me, and I will never forget it, she said, you're an artist. I don't have to tell you what to do. Just take the paint and put it on the canvas and you will figure it out. And that was my first foray into painting. And I did pretty good. I created an abstract. I created a couple other paintings, and I was doing pastels at the time. And pastels was my first love after pencil and ink pen. And so what I did was I utilized my pastel skills as a way of painting. So when you actually see some of my painting, it looks like pastels, because that's how I mix, that's how I match my colors, that's how I draw, that's how I utilize my line work on my paintings, just like pastels. And we'll get an opportunity to see some of those things as we move forward. And so as I got to college, I won't ever forget, I was asking a young lady how to paint. And she said, you got an art scholarship, you ought to know how to paint. And this was a heartbreaker for me, because I came from a background of people helping people to get to where they go. And so with that in mind, in terms of how I was raised, I was never raised to say to people, I can't help you, I'm not going to help you, you got something, so go do what you do. And so this was a daunting task for me, because I was looking at seniors doing artwork, and I was expected at that moment to be able to do work just as well as the seniors were able to do the work, because in their minds, I had an art scholarship, and that art scholarship meant that I had some magical powers, some great art in me that they didn't have. And so I was very, very depressed on that day. I remember it like it was yesterday, because what I did was, as they laughed at me, as they looked at me with those eyes of, I don't know why you got an art scholarship if you can't paint kind of feeling, I just walked out of the classroom, got into my car, and I drove home. And I sat in my house, in my grandmother's house. I sat there and I just thought, why am I going to college? Do I want to go back to college? Do I want to continue this thing called art? I wasn't sure. I just sat there and sat there and sat there. And then in the back of my mind, I could hear Sandra Dowd saying, you're an artist. All you got to do is put the paint on the board and work it out. I could hear Miss Corbett saying, when I brought her the pieces of artwork, oh, this is great. I'm going to be able to talk about Macbeth today, and we're going to utilize these pieces. I could hear in the back of my mind Miss Cousin saying, when you look at Eric Kelly, he looks dumb. But when he opens his mouth, he is brilliant. He holds class from one side of the classroom while we are doing class, and he can answer all the questions about history. And I could hear these things in my mind while I was sitting there thinking, do I even want to go back? I tell people all the time that peer pressure is a major pressure on many people if they can't handle it. Fortunately for me, my great-grandfather, my grandmother, and my moms always said to me, you can do whatever you want to do. Listen to what you want to do first and follow your dream. And so my art class was on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And my class that I went to was on a Monday. On Tuesday, I didn't go to art class. Wednesday, I didn't go to art class. So on Thursday, I decided that I'm going to go over there to North Carolina Central, and I was going to paint. Now, you got to understand, as a young kid, a young black man, when you're thinking about your identity, you're thinking about what you want to do, and people are pressing against you and doubting who you are and really identifying and seeing who you are. You gotta understand, you're not the guy that I am today. You are a young man who has fear, a young man who's uncertain, a young man who is asking the question, why am I here? And so on that Thursday, I went to the art department at 4:00 when I knew most of the students were not there. And I went to my board and I pulled out my paints and I started painting. And I just kept painting. And I just kept painting. And I continued to paint. I was working it out, trying to figure out what in the world was I doing. And I remember when I got to the art department and I thought about what I wanted to paint. And I painted a piece that if people saw it today, they probably would say that it's racist. If people saw it today, they would probably say, what was he thinking? What was his intent? But I had done a piece in history, in Black history class, of a slave being hung. And it showed a plantation owner grabbing the slave in his hair, getting ready to put the slave into a rope. The name of the picture was I Didn't Do It. And the picture was about a slave who witnessed something that happened and told other people on the plantation, and then the master decided to hang him for talking about it. And in this piece also has the Ku Klux Klan in the back, the fiery cross in the back, and all of that crazy stuff I was doing back in that day. And I began to paint that picture. And as I was painting that picture, I could see exactly how to paint. I don't know why or what, but I could actually see how to paint. And so I was there from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I looked up, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I took my sheet that we had in art class, and I laid it over the piece, and I jumped in my car, and I went home. And so my class was Friday morning at 11 o'clock, 11:35. And so I got to class late that day, and somebody had pulled my sheet off of my painting, and the whole entire class was standing around my piece. You know, when you are uncertain about who you are and what you're doing sometimes, and you're looking for validation, it kind of gets in the way of how you make art. And what I mean by that is, I was not looking for validation. I was looking for how to paint. And by looking for how to paint, I created something that nobody expected to come from me, because just 2 days prior, I was asking people in class how to paint. And so this has been a part of who I've always been, is the kind of person who looks at something from a perspective, and instead of asking a question, I delve into it and make a change and make a difference. And so as the kids were standing around my piece, I walked into class, and true to form, I am never been a person who is always trying to talk about what I do. As my great grandfather used to say, great people are not people who are walking around talking about being great. They're doing great things. And so I walked in and I walked past the students, and I started to pull out my paints in my box. And one of the students says to me, and this was a moment in my life when I really realized that I didn't need validation from people in me making my art. I just needed to continue making art. One person said, "That's not yours. What are you doing?" And I turned and I looked at the student, most of us seniors, and I said, "It is mine." I said to them, I worked on it from 4 o'clock until 4 o'clock yesterday morning. And then one of the students just said, "I just can't believe it." And I just turned and began to work on my work. This has been what's happened to me in art all my life. It's never been about me looking to be a great artist. It's always been about, what is the identity? What is the intent? Why do I draw? What about this practice that I have? What about this museum that I have that makes me continue to draw and paint? And so in college, it was very, very interesting after that time as I created my first piece. And then all of a sudden, the other students start asking me questions about how I did it. And that was more important to me than anything else. Not that I did it, but being asked how. And as I said before, I utilize my artwork or utilize my painting as painting as I was doing pastels. Pastels was my first love. And once I got to college, I had to begin to think about what my identity, what I was going to do in art. Was I going to be doing figuration? Was I going to be doing scenes? What was I really going to do? And I remember Carlisle, who was one of my teachers. And Mr. Carlisle, I remember Mr. Carlisle. And Mr. Carlisle was a teacher, an art teacher, who said to me, he liked the way I was doing large pieces. And that large pieces was something different from what the other students were doing. And so what I decided to do was to try to figure out what kind of artist I wanted to be. You know, I opened up talking about identity and intention. And I'm going to talk about power and color and emotions later. But what kind of artist was I going to be? And so Mr. Carlisle and Kennedy and some of the other teachers decided that they were going to take us art students to Washington, D.C. And taking us to Washington, D.C. to a art show by an art show curated called 200 Years of African American Art. And you have to understand that in those days, the information that we got was just so powerful. It was not information that we didn't look at the information, but we looked at the information and worked on analyzing why it existed. And so had an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. There was over 85 pieces of artwork by different artists from all over the world. And that's when I first saw Aaron Douglas. I had known about Romeo Bearden. I had known about Ernie Barnes because Ernie Barnes came from Durham, North Carolina. And I knew about Ernie Barnes because of Good Times. And I knew about Ernie Barnes because he went to Hillside, that same high school that I went to. And many times when we were drawing as young kids, we would always get, you trying to draw like Ernie Barnes. That's Ernie Barnes. That kind of like Ernie Barnes. And so my mind was like, I didn't want to be a copy or a duplicate of any other artist, but I wanted to know what these other artists were doing and who they were. And then I ran across a man by the name of Charles White. And this is where my entire existence was shook. Because I believe that art is the expression of how one feels. And we walked into this big room. And on this room was a mural. And this mural looked like I drew it. It looked like my work. Mr. Carlisle said it. Mr. Kennedy said it. And I was looking at it and I was like, how can this be? How can this man's work be like my work? And who in the world is Charles White? And so this was a journey to kind of discover who he was, why he drew the way that he drew, what was the political part of the kind of art that he was doing. And more importantly, in those days, some artists was doing something that they call today super realism. And that's what Charles was doing. Charles was drawing these pieces with asymmetrical lines, and the line work was just so awesome. And so after discovering Charles White, I began to study Charles White. And of course, I was always studying Ernie Barnes. And so I had to figure out what I was going to put in the art canon. Was I going to continue to draw these kinds of pieces like the Charles Whites? Was I going to continue to draw the pieces like Ernie Barnes? And so I talk about intention and identity and what my work really represents. And what I say to many people, that my work represents world peace. That's what my work represents. The colors that I use, the line work that I use, I'll share with you a little bit later some of the pieces and some of the line work that I do. But my work is about bringing people together, having them to see each other without seeing black or seeing white, without seeing color. I decided that I would do portraits, instead of doing themed pictures. Now, I still do theme and scene work also, but I decided that I would do portraiture, that I would do portraits, and that I would take colors and use them as emotional tones. Many times I sit down and then I hear music and I see colors. I hear people having conversations, I see colors. And so I decided that doing portraits of people and how they feel and how they look would be an impact on how people feel. And so I can remember going to New York City during the summers and just sitting on the stoop in Harlem and just watch people go by and just try to see what they were thinking. You know, when they was arguing, how the intensity of that argument was, and the facial expressions, and I was always amazed by how people reacted. And each time that I would see people responding or moving, I would always see a different color that I could see in my paintings. And so I started drawing pieces in colors. And so my work has morphed from just doing the figuration into just doing portraitures, even though my next series of paintings are going to be dedicated to black women. That's going to be an awesome set of work that I'm going to work on. I can't wait. And so when you look at my work and you look at my portraits, you'll notice that I'm working to capture an emotion. When I do a piece in green and white, I'm looking at capturing an emotion. When I do a piece in a red, white, and blue, or as the Nipsey Hussle piece that I did, or as I would say, the rap piece that I did, which is a piece that shows the California colors, the American colors, and the African colors. And so I'm utilizing all these colors to make you, the viewer, see an emotion and get a feeling from that particular piece. My intent is to push you away from looking at a scene, but looking at how somebody is being seen. And that's what my portraiture work is all about. For the last 20 years, I've worked on work that transcends time. Pieces on my grandmother, my mother, in what I call lines, colors, and emotions. And when you sit back and you think about that first day in college when I didn't know how to paint, and you think about now where I'm painting every day, you can understand what identity for me has always been about. We hear about black female artists. We hear about white women artists. We hear about white men artists, the Michelangelos, the Monets, and all of these guys, the Picassos. But what we don't hear is about many black men artists and what is their intent and identity in the black art canon. I don't want to be revered as a black artist. And one of the reasons that I moved into doing the kind of work that I'm doing is because I want to be revered as an American artist. I don't want to be revered as an black man artist. Even though I'm a black man, I want to be revered as an artist that painted people, portraits in different colors to get emotions from the viewer. I want my pieces to be large enough that it impacts you as you're looking at it, as opposed to you're just looking at a piece. You know, the colors are symbols and emotions that I get when I'm listening to music, when I'm painting. And so I want my audience to begin to look at my pieces as if it's an emotion, not just a painting, an emotion. And when you talk about all art being political, my work is about, again, how do we develop world peace through art? And I believe the way that we get to world peace through art is by stop looking at art as being black or being white and looking at art as an entity of making, or as some people say, as creating a piece where you get emotions, where you get feelings, where you get an idea of what my intent is when I was actually creating or making the art. That is kind of where I am today in terms of my work. When you think about my great-grandfather, so many years ago when I was 7 years old, walking into my bedroom saying that he wanted me to be a lawyer. And he asked me what did I want to be, and I said I wanted to be an artist. And at that moment, he made a decision to create for me the Eric Kelly III Museum. After we went to look at museums to see what they were about, you have to understand that the future of what I would like to see happen is museums for artists who have been marginalized, for people who we don't talk about. Why is there not an Ernie Barnes Museum in Durham, North Carolina? Why is there not a Rumer Bearden Museum in his hometown? Why is there not a museum for black artists so that our young people can see how they went through the process of how they do work? And so with my museum, it's been kind of a blueprint for these kinds of things. The Eric Kelly Museum houses the collective writings, the collective works of my work for over 65 years. And one of the things that I would like to see happen is many more museums for great artists. When you sit back and you talk about Basquiat, for example, great artist, a New York artist, where's his museum? Where's a place or a space for us to go and see his work? I talked about Ernie Barnes, or Charles White, for instance. Where can we go and learn about Charles White? Another gentleman, and I could go on and talk about the Kennedy Wiley, who's doing awesome work, Lisa Butler, who's doing awesome work, Mark Bradford, who's doing awesome work. We can go around the country and around the world and see the Van Gogh Museum. We can see the Richard Steele's work, Clifford Steele, work. We can see all of these white artists around the world. Museums. Where are the black museums for our young people to see the greatness of these artists who have gone on before us? You know, I also do photography work, and Gordon Parks was a great photographer. But think about it for a moment. Other than seeing the exhibit of Gordon Parks photography, where can you go and study him, the man? One of the reasons that I'm doing this video is because when you look at or talk about artists, many times we have people to narrate what was that artist thinking about, okay? And what was he feeling about what he was doing? And you don't get the conversation from the artist. The artists don't talk about the line work. The artists don't talk about the color. The artists don't talk about how he got to where he is. It's always somebody else talking about how he got there. Van Gogh, for instance, they talk about him cutting off his ear and sending it to somebody. They talk about the Starry Night piece. From their perspective, they don't talk about, or we don't hear Van Gogh say, well, the reason I did Starry Night because I was depressed and I just thought tonight this was a piece I was studying to do these kinds of things, and this how the Starry Night happened. We don't get that story. So you really don't know the intent. And so I want to do a conversation about the intent of my work. My portraits, my lines and my colors are put together in a way to pull from you an emotion of how you feel about people on the planet. My pieces are human landscapes. I want you to look at my work and see the lines as the age of the people who I'm painting. When I talk about sitting in North Carolina on my stoop, or sitting in New York City, or going to Chicago, going to New Orleans, going to California, and going to all these different places and watching people, I want you to understand that I'm watching people to see how they move, how they react, how they respond, what makes them them. And so when you see my work, you may see a piece and say, that looks like this person, or that looks like that person, or that looks like this woman or this man. Well, what I do is I watch people and then I create the feeling that I got from those people. So while my pieces may look like certain folk, in my mind, they are sending out a message of emotion and feelings and ideas and presence. And that's my intent. My intent is not to just paint pictures and you like them. My intent is to pull something from you deep down. My pieces are spiritual. The lines sometimes remind you of African mask. The lines remind you of lights and darks. The lines remind you of energy, of hope and presence. That's why I do the work that I do. Now, I could easily do figurative work. I could easily do scenes. But I had to ask myself one question. How do I do something that's going to be different, that's going to stand the test of time and say Eric Kelly III was here? And this was his work. This was his style. This is what he was thinking as he did artwork. And so as you look at my work, my earlier pieces, as I said before, were historical pieces, historical places in time. And then you look at my work now, you'll notice that I've morphed into doing work that brings about that whole emotional feeling from you to the work. And that's where we are today.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
Welcome to Intentionality with Dominique, the show that helps business owners become valued and in-demand suppliers in the marketplace to scale their businesses. Let's start today's show with host and intentional connector, Dominique Simpson-Milton.
My favorite question to ask, but what would you say is the difference between working in your business versus working on your business?
Oh my goodness, it's a mindset for sure. And prior to working with the council and working with you, I don't even know that I placed as much emphasis and importance on it. But now I understand the importance of working on the business, which is that business development, strategic planning, taking that 30,000 foot view, every 6 months and definitely at least once a year to find out what's working well, what's not, pivoting if there's a need to pivot, adding new verticals. Like that's working on the business. Working in the business is the day-to-day operations.
Right. Putting out fires in the day-to-day, responding to emails, that type of thing. And working on the business is setting a strategy based on, what's going on in your various industries. What are the trends, and making sure that you are doing the steps to stay in front of those trends.
As you grow and as you evolve, I'd say there are a couple of things to that. One is, if you are in the weeds every single day, and quite frankly, when you start a business, there's not a lot of, it's hard not to be, right? Because you're probably small when you start. There are probably not enough resources for the things that you have to do. That's normal. But as you grow and as you evolve, you start to understand that if your view is here, then you cannot gain the perspective to see all of the interrelationships and all of the opportunities and all of the strategic maneuvers that you should be doing in order to grow your business in step functions as opposed to incremental.
Well, working in the business is doing everything. You wear all the many hats. Working on the business is finding out what hat you like and then being able to put in processes, systems, people that will help complement your skills.
Chasing the dollars, trying to make sure payroll is done. You have enough work to cover payroll and $2 or $3 in your pocket. The next thing you know, year after year, you're in a rat race. You've never been trained to develop your business or to take it to another level.
As long as I can focus on where we are going, because no one else is doing that in the company except for me. So if I can see, here's where we're going, and I need all 10 of y'all to come with me, then if we all do that together, then the business grows because everyone is focused on the thing they're supposed to be focused on.
Love that.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of business owners, particularly when you're just getting started, you're wearing multiple hats. I tell people all the time, I was always letter E, all of the above, when we used to fill in those multiple choice tests. And even now, I still do a lot, but what is really great is that right now I'm in Richmond. My team back in Raleigh is handling everything. I don't have to pick up the phone. I don't have to check that email because I know that they can take on whatever is being thrown at them.
Take time to slow down in order to speed up. Invest in CVM SDC developmental programs each year to grow your business. Working in equals maintaining. Working on equals growth. Visit cvmsdc.org for more information on our development programs. Email us at info@cvmsdc.org.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader and expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize. Because everyone's a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, frog, fish,
Goldie,
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies everywhere. Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms. The only problem? There were more appointments than he could manage. That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers spending potential that's built for his changing business needs. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, and with spending power built for business purchases, he used his card to furnish a new exam room. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserve. And everyone was happy. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Are you a forward-thinking entrepreneur or business owner? The world is changing faster than ever, and it's time to pivot and adapt to the future. Hello LLC is here to help you do just that. Hello stands for helping enterprises leverage leading-edge optimizations. Our innovative solutions can streamline operations, reduce overhead costs, and give you a competitive edge in a market projected to reach $5 trillion by 2030. By pivoting to the metaverse, businesses can tap into a rapidly growing market that is projected to be a significant part of daily life for 25% of Americans by 2026. As a full digital metaverse agency, the Hello LLC can help you create custom solutions to streamline operations, increase productivity, reduce costs, and drive brand recognition. Why should you pivot to the metaverse with the Hello LLC? By leveraging cutting-edge technology, you can provide immersive experiences for your customers, expand your global reach, and unlock new revenue streams. Contact us today to make the pivot.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good afternoon, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Carmaya. I am your business moderator for this afternoon on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Today, we are delighted to introduce you to Marky Darling. Welcome, Marky Darling. How you doing? Good morning. Good afternoon. Oh, I'm sorry. We can't hear you. You might be on mute still. Oh, we still can't hear you.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
I need to find it because that's what she gave me to put on my face. Hi, how you doing? No, I cannot hear you now. I'm not sure what's going on.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader and expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
Hello, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And my genius is helping women accelerate the path to success. You know, I was blessed to have strong women in my life who encouraged, motivated, and pushed me to do my best and to never even think about giving up on my dreams. So I say to women, we must show up to rise up. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? I know that women are a tremendous resource on this planet, and there is nothing more fulfilling than helping a woman tap into her full potential. I do this because I want to be a part of helping as many women as I can to show up, to rise up. I do this because genius is common. Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing, Marky?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great. I'm glad to hear it. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you. Marky Darling is the owner of Daddy's Girl Barbecue in Atlanta and is a passionate African-American caterer specializing in salt-free, flavorful cuisine. As a seasoned event lead, she excels in leadership and creating unforgettable culinary experiences. That is awesome, Marky.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Yes. So, BBN viewers, it is with great pleasure I present you Marky Darling. Welcome, welcome, Marky Darling.
Thank you for having me, Ms. Price.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. How is your day going?
So far, so good. Yours?
Awesome. It's going pretty great. It's going pretty great. So let's go right on into the questions. What inspired you to start Daddy's Girl Barbecue?
I started Daddy's Girl Barbecue in 2015. Fortunately, and I say fortunately, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So during my recovery time is when I put in the passion to start my business. So I took my passion and I turned it into profit.
Wow, wow. So you said that you were diagnosed. So are you still going through that or
free? We are approaching 10 years cancer free.
Are you serious? Congratulations. That's awesome. You guys, that is so awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. Man, that's beautiful.
Thank you so very much.
How does being an African American female business owner influence your catering approach?
Oh, so I guess it allows me to infuse my culture and to provide, my culture into every single dish. It helps me celebrate diversity and creating these meaningful connections with like my clients.
Okay. And what makes Daddy's Girl Barbecue unique compared to other catering services?
The number one thing that we offer, like we are one of the only catering companies that I'm aware of that does not cook with any type of salt. So we offer a salt-free flavor for menu items to reduce hypertension in our community. That's our sole focus.
Wow, that's awesome. And so with it being salt-free, do you feel that it is more of a challenge to get more people that prefer the salt, or do you feel that once they taste it, they're like, they're taken away?
Most people can't even tell the difference. It's the same thing like our drinks. So like we don't use sugar, we use monk fruit. So a lot of people really can't tell the difference. I've worked hard to get to the point in my business where you really can't tell the difference.
That is awesome. Not too many people know about monk fruit. And for you, yes, see, because I'm also I'm an indigenous doctor, so I am dealing with the other alternatives of seasonings and stuff. So
definitely, I met you about 5 years ago.
Really?
It's been a very, very difficult challenge, and we're still growing. And I would still love to connect to see because we can always do better. But it has definitely been a challenge to get people to realize, because a lot of people hear that we don't cook with salt, and I don't want it, or they instantly put salt on their food, and then it's too salty. I was like, well, we have gotten to a point you really don't need the salt.
Correct. And that's the key right there. That's awesome. That's awesome. So can you tell us more about your salt-free menu options?
So the beautiful part about it, so our entire menu, so from our macaroni and cheese to our ribs to our green beans, nothing is prepared with salt.
Okay. And so what inspired the name Daddy's Girl Barbecue?
So in 1990, I'm from Miami, Florida. So in 1992, Hurricane Andrew hit us. So my dad decided, we still had to eat while they were rebuilding. So my dad cooked everything on the grill. So I was 12 at the time. So that was my first introduction to like him giving me like a food assignment. So it comes from me being the baby of 3. And then I'm a daddy's girl. And the first thing my dad taught me how to do was barbecue. So I can cook breakfast, lunch, I can bake biscuits, I can do cakes, I can do everything on the grill because my dad did everything on the grill until the house got rebuilt.
So you're doing everything on the grill?
Well, we can do everything.
You can. Okay, you can.
So we don't have to. We don't. But
okay.
I have been in some instances where like the fryer didn't work and I ended up having to turn the grill or the smoke box into a fryer. So I can literally cook my entire menu on my grill if I had to.
That's awesome. See, very resourceful. I love it. Now, how do you incorporate Atlanta's culture into your catering?
Since Atlanta is a melting pot, that's a hard thing to really say. But what I really simply do is just incorporate love. Atlanta is a city that is full of love. It is full of so many people. So with me having Caribbean roots, my dad is Bahamian. My executive chef is Jamaican. So we're able to incorporate just like love into like all different cultures and cuisines.
Now that is amazing. I love to hear it. I'm from Louisiana, so I definitely love the diversity of the culture, with the Creole, the Cajun, the Jamaicans here, some Ethiopian. It's nice. I love it.
Yes. One of my sous chefs I'm from New Orleans. So I love when we get like a gumbo, like when someone wants like a Mardi Gras themed party, things of that nature. And I'm one of those business owners, but I don't mind like stepping back. So I have so many different beautiful people on my team to like when we get an order from Mexican, I have a sous chef that is her standpoint, that is her field. I then work for her that day. When my chef from New Orleans, when we have like, cuisines of that nature, I work for her that day because that's not my strong suit. So I'm very open to that, and I love that part of it. So it's a beautiful part. We're a team.
That is definitely beautiful. Not too many restaurants can say the same. Really, like I would probably say maybe less than 10% can actually do something like this. It may be less than 5. I'm just trying to give people the benefit
of the doubt.
Yes. But that is an awesome strong suit to have within yourself. So what is your most popular menu item?
Our mac and cheese. We do mac and cheese. We do smoky mac and cheese that we smoke on the grill. And then we do mac and cheese cupcakes that we also do on the grill.
Wow. See, I'm going to have to come and try it. I've never been to Atlanta yet, but I'm going to come. And I'm going to look for Daddy's Girl Barbecue. I'm going to say, where's Daddy's Girl Barbecue? I got to come.
So, we will feed you till you can't eat anymore, honey.
And I need it. I need my pounds. I still nurse. So my baby takes all my nutrients, all my pounds away from me. And I'm like, I need somebody to just feed me.
We got you covered.
So with your, I'm sorry, how do you accommodate dietary restrictions or any special requests?
So we adhere to the accommodations as much as possible, just to ensure that our clients feel valued and they're, but we also want to make sure that we don't take away from what we offer. With us, for one, not cooking with salt, that gives us another leg up. And then also the way that we marinate our pork, because we have a lot of people that say that they have headaches when they have pork. But the way that we marinate, we take all the enzymes out of it, so it doesn't give you a headache, it doesn't swell you up, it doesn't do anything of that nature. But for the most part, like we don't cook with any type of peanut oil, we don't have any type of nuts in any of our items. Now, I love you gluten-free clients. I love y'all to death. I can't do much but we're working on, like I say, I would love to pick your brain, but that is a challenge for us. But for the most part, we do have a vegan and gluten-free menu. It's not very extensive, but we stick to what we know, like our stuffed sweet potatoes, like our stuffed peppers. We do like a bacon, like creamy mushroom linguine. But we're growing in that area. We're growing.
Absolutely. It's always room for growth. It's always room for growth, for sure. So, what challenges have you faced as a caterer in the competitive Atlanta market?
Honestly, we're probably struggling like any other business when it comes down to staffing. It is extremely hard because for the most part, we're seasonal. Like we're our busy season until August. So it's kind of hard to keep staff after that because like it's very sporadic. But outside of that, our challenges is, finding like commercial kitchen space that's, affordable, so to speak. So that would be some of our biggest challenges.
Okay. So, can you share a memorable event where Daddy's Girl barbecue catered?
Ooh, so we had an event. We did an event for one of the community partners, and we had someone that came, and she just wanted to just come and support. She saw that we were Black business. She came over. She purchased food. But what we didn't know was that the young lady had brain surgery, and she had lost her sense of taste. So when she tasted the macaroni and cheese, and she was like, she could taste everything in the macaroni and cheese. And I think that was one of our best events or best memorable moments that we've had to date. Did you catch all that?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had to get pulled into the back room. Yes. So, do you have? I know you were saying about the plant-based. Do you have like the vegetarian options?
So none of our green veggies or any of our veggies are cooked with meat. So that helps us a lot. So we have a lot of people that order a lot of our sides, and like I said, like we do like a sweet potato. So we'll take the sweet potato and it can be stuffed either with brown rice and quinoa, or you can do like grilled veggies. I really love doing like the grilled zucchini and squash. And
Yeah.
then we will mix the sweet potato. We will take pull the sweet potato out, and we'll mix it with like some cinnamon and monk fruit, and then we'll put it back on top like an ice cream scoop. So that gives you the sweet potato and then the grilled veggies. So we do that quite a bit, and we do the same thing with like our stuffed peppers. You can do that as well. So we do have some items, and we also do like a vegan macaroni and cheese. So it took me a couple tries, but I found a recipe that works for us.
That's awesome, because I was gonna ask as well if you had achieved the vegan mac and cheese yet. That's awesome.
Shout out to Trader Joe's. Thank you for working with me, Trader Joe's.
Yes.
Yes, a lot of trips to Trader Joe's to get the right cheese, the right pasta, to get everything that gives us a taste of what we desire to provide to our clients.
That's awesome. Because it is difficult when you're stepping in the plant-based arena and the vegan arena, and you're trying to find what tastes similar, what isn't so mushy, and what actually tastes like cheese but doesn't have all the after effects.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Jackfruit is also a friend of mine. So to give you guys the illusion of pulled pork or pulled chicken.
Yes.
I love jackfruit.
Yes, absolutely. Jackfruit, most definitely. I couldn't stress enough with the jackfruit. Like this is, I would even make like the tacos.
Yes.
Yes, that's
Tacos,
awesome.
you can do lasagnas, you can do pasta dishes. Like if you cook it right and you get all the water out of it.
Yes, all that brine. If you're getting it with the can and stuff, the brine, you gotta like really.
I've never tried, you know what, because my cousin introduced it, God rest his soul, but he introduced like the whole jackfruit. So like I'm going to like the Super H Marts and stuff like that. I'm cooking, like I'm breaking down the whole jackfruit.
And that within itself is a task. The
Tell me about it.
stickiness with the knife and you having to put it with the oil and whew, yes. Look, more power to you, sister.
Thank you. That's why it costs as much as it costs on my menu.
Yes. Because yes, you got to go through high water to get that knife through that thing and come out clean.
That labor. Yes, labor and time.
Most definitely. So, how do you balance the health conscious options with maintaining the bold flavors?
So what we've simply done, we've put in the work. So we work hard to offer the flavorful foods, just to make sure that every item it reminds you of home. I want for our food to remind you of a good home cooked meal, but you just don't have the back end results. You don't have to worry about the salt. You don't have to worry about having headaches. You don't have to worry about those things. And that's what we're simply trying to do or doing. I would not say try. That is what we're doing.
That's beautiful. Now, I have another question that just came to mind.
Yes.
So with you doing the catering, do you ever get like home requests where people want you to cook for them for their week?
Yeah, so we do meal prep. So we have a couple of clients that we do bi-weekly meal prep. We actually do cooking lessons, so that keeps us busy during the summer. We do like a lot of summer camps. Like we'll come in for a week and we'll teach the kids how to cook. And I do a lot of private cooking lessons for kids. But to answer your question, yes, we do meal prep. That is a service that we do offer.
That is awesome. See, yes, we need that out here. For sure. I have 6 kids and whew, when I say as a mom trying to keep up with cooking everything and making sure everybody eating right and stuff and whew, it's a lot. So that definitely, I know that's definitely helpful.
Yes,
so definitely bless you. Bless your heart.
You will be my ideal client. It's so crazy. Yes. My parents come from large families. My dad has 12 other siblings. My mom has 6 other siblings. So, and I have none. I was like, okay, y'all good. We good. We don't need no children, right? Right. Okay, great.
Yeah. Listen, you can take one of mine if you want.
I would love it. Like I am team godmom. Like my godchildren range from 28 until 9. She just turned 9. So yes. I love my godchildren. Like I actually have 3 that work for me. I have 3 of them that work for me.
Really? That is awesome. See, and they say put your children on your payroll.
Yeah.
That's how you come up.
My godson, he just turned 13 and he is one of my master grill. He's a grill master already at 13.
And see, my daughter, she just turned 13. So I need something for her to do. So what advice would you give someone wanting to start a catering business?
The advice that I would give, I would say create a catering business with food that you are passionate about. Not what you think people want, but what you're passionate about. Because when you start cooking what you think people want, it takes away from what you enjoy about it. So start small. Start, again, with something that you enjoy cooking, that you can cook with your eyes closed. You can cook, on a whim. Like it's something you always have those ingredients on hand. Just start with that. And, get one item that is your signature dish and push it.
That's really good. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I say that should be for anything that people do in their life. Stick with what you know and what you love, what you're passionate about, because it's going to always keep you going, because you go through the trials, whether you're a caterer or whether you're working at a bank, you're going to go through your trials anyway. So you need to have that to push you forward. What is your why? Why are you doing this?
And a lot of people don't have an answer to that.
Correct.
Or they'll say, I just want to make money. Well,
yes,
make money. Some days you're not gonna make the money.
My mom told me the other day, she said, all money ain't good money.
That is correct.
Right. So, can you explain the process of booking your catering services?
All right. So for us, I would prefer for people to use our website to make a booking, because that gives you more of a way to track it. But you can book through us via our website. You can give us a call. But those would be, and you can also book through us via Instagram as well. I apologize. You can do Instagram as well. But we do have a wonderful website, dadisgirls.com, dadisgirlsbarbecue.com. But that would be the best way for you to book with us.
Okay. Now, what feedback have you received from clients that you're most proud of?
My staff. So the best feedback that I have gotten is how friendly and approachable my staff is, as well as the customer service that we provide. And then also how good the food is. But main thing is customer service. I get that a lot.
That is awesome. It's always great to have a good staff, because that is hard to come by. Like, I know you mentioned it earlier, but keeping staff and having approachable, friendly staff is hard to come by.
It is.
Kudos to that.
I had to learn that all great cooks are not great customer service people. Like, I have some that will tell me, like, this isn't my thing, so when it's time for us to serve, I don't put them on the line. I mean, this isn't your cup of tea. You're just gonna be the person. You're gonna be the person, the runner. How about you be the runner today? And I've had people that don't cook, but they're great at customer service. But I had to learn that. I was asking a lot of my team to do both, and it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Right. Definitely. Now, what role does customer service play in your business?
Customer service is the heart of Daddy's Girls Barbecue. Like, we strive to create like a warm and a personalized experience for every client. And we just want to ensure that their needs are met with professionalism and kindness. And we make sure we pay attention to as much detail as we possibly can.
That's awesome. Now, how do you incorporate diversity in your menu offerings?
So good old diversity. So once again, it's something, we have something for everyone. Like, we have a Mexican menu, we have a Latin menu, we have a Caribbean menu, we have a soul food menu. So we try to, again, tap into the menu items that each person on my team has a passion about. Because when they lead us to create those menus, the passion is still there. It doesn't come from me all the time. It comes from my team.
Okay. Now, what upcoming goals do you have for Daddy's Girl Barbecue?
If we can get funding or we can get some investors for a food truck, that would be great. That was the next thing that we're looking to expand on, is a food truck.
Food truck is the thing for sure, because you can travel, you can be at the hot spots when you need to be there and make that quick money, and it's also a great way to network.
It is.
Yes, that's awesome. Let's see. How do you stay inspired and creative in your culinary journey?
My clients. So as long as, like, we have so many like faithful clients that are repeat clients, that they come to us for all events in their lives. So we stay inspired by, just like using those repeat clients to try new meals, to try new dishes. Because they would give us their honest feedback. We listen to what our clients tell us, what they like. For a very long time, it was hard for me to put burnt food on the line, but we have clients like, I want that burnt piece of meat at the end. I'm like, why do you want that? But that's what you want. I'll go get it for you. But I don't. Or I want the fatty part of the rib. And I'm like, really? Okay, when I come serve you, I'm gonna make sure that I have the fatty part of the rib or the fatty part of the brisket. We have clients that request like the crumbs, like when you're dicing up a piece of meat. Most times you'll put the other stuff to the side when we're cooking on side. They say, no. Can you bring it all out? Won't you bring it all out? I'm like, oh, okay. But that is how we inspire, and that's how we stay inspired. We listen to our clients.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, once again, Marky, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
My pleasure.
Yes, it was nice, coming into your world and learning more about your business. I'm excited to come to Atlanta one day. I will definitely make sure I try to jog your memory on who I am when I come through the door. I'm speaking it into existence this year.
Well, you have approximately 4 days.
Not this year, you know what I mean?
Okay, you have 4 days.
Look, this year coming, 2025, it is. That's what it is. But I appreciate you, and I want everyone to remember dollar counts. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. Yes. We want to thank all of our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for May 2024, NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Reach Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, Barbara H. Smith, LLC, Margie McLean Foundation, Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Mullane Shani Global, Executive Women Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Banks Law Firm, and Black Business Expo USA. Remember, genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak in English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. We stand for those who defy suppression, who speak out, and those who walk the road less traveled. Everyone deserves to be seen and their voices to be heard. We're sparking a movement, growing a community of creators united by the desire for freedom, choice, equity, and ownership. At Fanbase, it's all for one and one for all. We support each other to guide, promote, and uplift you in a place where you can unapologetically be yourself. A place where your voice, ideas, and creativity are not just welcomed, but celebrated. We are Black founded, minority funded, and supported by a diverse, inclusive, powerful community that believes in the strength of authenticity and individual choice. Regardless of success or background, we welcome you, the marginalized, the underappreciated, the successful, the superstar. We're for all who seek a space to express themselves freely, where they are rewarded for being their authentic, true self. We transcend labels because only we have the right to define ourselves. We are built for the brave, the culture, the creators, and for the future where everyone has a power to shape their own destiny, where all are empowered, voices are amplified, and freedom is embraced. For the first time, you have a chance to own the platform you helped make popular. It's a revolution, a movement in how we connect, create, and share. Everyone is a creator, and everyone has a fan base. Here, you can be you without limits.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America and North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million+ women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success. You see the career opportunity. You feel it's yours. After all, you're well qualified, but you don't apply. You feel stuck and can't move forward in your career. I've learned as a 10-year career strategist, we must learn how to show up. To show up, we will rise up. We have an amazing resource on this planet, a resource with tremendous potential. That resource is us, women. Far too many of us, when we want to rise up and advance in our careers, we hit an invisible barrier. It's called the glass ceiling. And when we do make it through the glass ceiling, chances are we're more closely scrutinized than men. As women, we face more barriers to promotions in many organizations. However, I've discovered the biggest barrier, believe it or not, is ourselves. As women, we often hold ourselves back. We are not rising up and tapping into our full potential for 3 reasons. The first is a lack of confidence in our abilities. As women, we hold ourselves back when we make career decisions based on what-ifs. We listen to that little voice in our heads that says, what if I'm not good enough? What if I don't have what it takes? What if I fail? An article in the Harvard Business Review says, men will apply for a position when they meet only 60% of the requirements. Good for them. But what do? We will only apply if we feel we can meet 100% of the requirements. Instead of moving forward with confidence, we hold back. We let fear and doubt take over, even though we know we're well qualified. And the second reason is a lack of assertiveness. We have talents and potential, but who will see them if we don't speak up and get noticed? When we join a meeting, we often sit in the back or to the side. When we could assert ourselves, we don't. We shrink back. We let others interrupt us or say nothing when other people take our ideas. When we do speak up, we express ourselves with uncertainty, saying things such as, "I'm not sure if this is relevant. I don't know if this is helpful. This may not be a good idea, but." When you and I use words and phrases like these, we undermine our credibility. And the third reason, we don't build a support network. My friend, Kim, applied for a position. Her female supervisor felt she was more than qualified. But the supervisor would not give Kim a recommendation. The supervisor felt it would look too much like favoritism. To me, this just looked like one woman who would not reach back and help another woman. If we want to rise up, we must learn to support each other. We need to show up to rise up. Showing up means taking responsibility for your own career path. It was 2005, and I had a comfortable job as an analyst working for the US government, but I wanted more. A supervisor's position opened up, and I submitted my application. I tried to find out as much as I could about who was applying, what were my chances. I discovered that 2 men were applying for the same position. I also discovered that neither of these men had the qualifications that I had. But I was optimistic because one of the women on the interview panel told me that she would support me. So I walked into that interview room well prepared. I answered all their questions. I aced that interview. 3 days later, I was told I wasn't selected. Not only did they select the least qualified one, they selected someone who didn't even belong to the organization. I was shocked. I was hurt. I was angry. I thought, how could this be? It was like a slap in my face. I deserved that job. I thought, maybe I should just look for a job somewhere else. But I was in an exercise class, and it hit me. I'm not a quitter. I have never given up. I deserve this job. I'm good at what I do. At that moment, I realized that if I wanted to rise up, I needed to show up. We need to show up to rise up. Showing up means taking responsibility for your own career path. And then it happened. The man they hired quit. And the manager asked me, the more qualified one, to step into that position. I did. I showed up and I rose up in my career. Having worked with hundreds of women over the years, I know there are 3 steps we need to take to show up. The first is to build confidence. The second is to be assertive. The third is to build a support network. When we follow this 3-step process, we will show up to rise up. When we rise up and tap into our full potential, as women, you and I will contribute more to our organizations, more to our families, and more to our communities. When we show up to rise up, everyone wins.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Nikki Curry. I am your business moderator for the session of the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Today, we are delighted to introduce to you Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis. Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis is President, CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute, a 22-year retired Army veteran, international TEDx speaker, international best-selling author, creator of the online course, Crack the Career Code, Unlock the Amazing Power Within to Lead with Confidence, Charisma, and Credibility. She's also the host of Success for Women radio and TV show, and she's also a career strategist, trainer, and business consultant. She helps women progress in their career into upper management and executive level positions by providing them with a fast track yet comprehensive toolkit of life skills and abilities. She also helped female veterans who are transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship. Dr. Lewis has numerous awards and accolades. She just received the prestigious 2024 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award,
She also received the International Acquisition 2024 Excellence in Business Award and many more awards in 2023, 2022, 2021, and the list goes on and on and on. Black Business Network, it is with great pleasure I present to you Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis. And remember, genius is common. I'll meet you on the other side. Hello, Dr. Madeline. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic, fantastic. We will have you take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, hello again, everyone. And I just have to tell you, as always, that I am a big fan of this network, which is why I have to also say that I'm always honored when I get the opportunity to be on this phenomenal platform. Now, I do have to ask you the question, and this is that question. Did you know that this platform shares information about business to help individuals look at what's next? And did you know that this is all information you can get in real time from individuals who have been there and done that, and individuals that are experts in their industry? Well, I tell you what, I, for one, am proud to be in the company of so many Black sisters and brothers from all around the globe, business owners who are so willing to share their expertise and provide so many resources to help others grow and move forward. And with all of this said, guess what? This is also a history-making platform. So before I get started, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to thank Dr. Eric Kelly III for allowing me to be a part of this groundbreaking, history-making platform. Thank you, Dr. Kelly, for sharing this incredible vision, not only with me, but with the world. Thank you for being a visionary and encouragement and inspiration, and more importantly, for always being willing to share your expertise. Thank you for producing what is a one-of-a-kind platform. This is a platform that is not seen anywhere before. I mean, you have brought to the world what is recognized, what is being recognized as the greatest of all times, because this platform is changing the lives of people and businesses worldwide. Dr. Kelly, you can take pride in knowing you are leaving a legacy that future generations will be able to learn and build from. So again, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me share in this vision. Again, I want to say hello to all the viewers out there. I am Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute, and I help women navigate through some of the obstacles that they may face when trying to reach the top rung of the career ladder. And I also help female veterans who are transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship. I help them to focus on a positive and successful mindset. So with all of that said, I want to talk about a topic tonight that I'm going to explore the transformative power of a positive and successful mindset. So let's dive into something fundamental, something at the heart of every accomplishment, every success story, and every dream realized. You know, one of the things Dr. Kelly has shared with us during one of his talks is to truly understand mindset, we must look beyond it. We must think about the mind shift, the mind print, and the mind state. So let me ask you, what's your current state of mind? Because I want you to reflect on that question for a moment. Why? Because whether you're an executive leading a team, an entrepreneur forging a new path, or a professional striving for excellence, cultivating a success-driven mindset is key to unlocking your potential. Now, what exactly does it mean to have a successful mindset? Well, guess what? You have to look at your thinking. Why is thinking so important? Well, let me share with you the incredible synergy between mindset and thinking. Two forces that shape not only how we see the world, but also how we navigate through it. I mean, these two elements are the architects of our lives. And when balanced, they unlock the door to limitless potential. It goes beyond simple positivity or daydreaming about goals. It's a way of approaching life with determination, resilience, and an unwavering confidence in your abilities. It's about viewing challenges as chances for growth and setbacks as steps towards something greater. So, why do you think thinking matters to your mindset? Well, let's begin with thinking. Thinking is the energy of the mind, is the engine, I should say, of the mind. The process of exploring possibilities, solving problems, and envisioning the future. You know, earlier this week, Dr. Kelly shared with us that there are 6 things you need to know about thinking. Number 1 is to think. Number 2 is to sell. Number 3 is to research. Number 4 is your attitude. Number 5 is being relentless. And number 6, which is the most powerful one of all, is to listen. Because every achievement begins with a thought. It is through thinking that we can gain clarity, challenge assumptions, and develop solutions. But thinking alone is not enough. It must be guided by your mindset. Because your mindset is the compass that directs your thinking. It is your attitude, your belief system, your inner framework. A positive mindset embraces growth, while a fixed mindset halts progress. Together, your mindset and your thinking determine the quality of the life you lead. A strong mindset without deliberate thinking can become rigid, while great thinking without a healthy mindset can wander aimlessly. To balance the two is the key to success. The balance between mindset and thinking, I want you to picture this. Your mindset is like the fertile soil, and your thoughts are the seeds. So if the soil is rich and prepared, the seeds of your thoughts will flourish. However, without proper care, without a growth-oriented mindset, those seeds may wither. Balancing the two means ensuring your mindset remains open and optimistic, while your thinking remains disciplined and purposeful. When challenges arise, a resilient mindset says, I can learn from this, while strategic thinking asks, how can I solve this? This is where this platform can give you the inspiration to take action. Because when we strike a balance, we achieve the extraordinary. When you look at this platform as a seasoned business owner or someone starting as a starting business owner, you should be thinking how you can network with the speakers on this platform. So ask yourself this: what can I achieve if I harness my mindset and thinking in perfect harmony? Could you create a new innovation, rebuild a billion-dollar corporation, or maybe inspire a community? Well, the answer is absolutely. Yes, you can. All it takes is focused thinking along with a positive mindset. But let me be clear. Achieving this balance is not an overnight success story. It is a journey. There will be setbacks that test your mindset and moments of doubt that challenge your thinking. So embrace those moments as opportunities to grow stronger. Start each day by asking yourself, what kind of mindset do I want to carry today? And how can I direct my thinking to align with my goals? You know, these small but deliberate actions are the building blocks of a life lived with intention. Another core principle of a successful mindset is the power of self-belief. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because your beliefs shape your reality. If you truly believe in yourself and your capabilities, you're already halfway to success. Trust in your skills, your knowledge, and your capacity to overcome obstacles. Believe that you are worthy of success, and the universe will align to support you. However, self-belief alone, that's also not enough. A truly successful mindset also includes resilience in the face of adversity. The path to success is rarely easy. As I said, there will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But your response to these challenges defines your journey. Rather than dwelling on failure or succumbing to self-doubt, choose to bounce back stronger. Treat setbacks as opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. Remember, it's not the fall that defines you, but the courage to rise again. You know, there's a young woman who spoke on this platform, and she shared something that I feel is very appropriate and maybe even profound. And what she said was, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Now, I believe this perspective shift is at the heart of transforming our mindset and our outcomes. An essential part of cultivating a successful mindset is the courage to take risks and embrace change. Because comfort zones are the resting place of dreams, but success lies beyond the familiar. Stepping into the unknown, embracing uncertainty, and adapting to change are where growth happens. So don't be afraid to challenge the status quo, to go after your passions boldly, and to give it everything you've got. Remember, our time is finite. And by that, I mean, time is our most precious resource, and how we spend it directly impacts our path to success. I'm going to just pause here because I want to give you an example. I saw the movie, The Fire Inside, and this movie, to me, is a perfect example of what I'm talking about as it relates to mindset. It's about Clarissa Shields. And if you haven't heard of her, please make sure you Google her to find out. It's a part of our Black history. And I think a lot of us don't know about it, because when I was sitting in that theater, I thought, dang, I didn't remember this. But anyway, this young lady, Clarissa, she wanted to be a boxer. She started when she was about 15 years old, going to this boxing center where she could learn how to box. Well, at first, the coach there, he didn't want to work with little girls. He only worked with boys. But she was persistent. She was relentless. She would run every day, jog from her home every day to this facility, to this gym, so that she could learn how to box, watch the coach teaching the boys. So, and she would, be in the background just doing what he was telling them to do. And finally, after being so persistent, even though he didn't want to teach girls, he finally started looking at her, and he decided to teach her how to box. This young lady, at the age of 16, was so good that he trained only her as a boxer. She went to the Olympics in China in 2012 as the only Black female, the first Black female boxer to win a gold medal for the USA. But here's the thing. She was from a impoverished area in Flint, Michigan. So her mindset, her self-worth, all these things were not where they could have been, or maybe should have been, because of her upbringing, where she was, the people that surrounded her. So when she won that gold medal, she thought that would be the answer to everything. That, when she got back home, yes, her whole town, they were behind her, supported her, but they also had the pressure on her every time somebody saw her. Wow, hey, what's going on? We don't see you on the Wheaties box. Why aren't you representing 90s in why isn't Nike sponsoring you? So this young lady started again, with all of that pressure, she started thinking, why did I even bother? Why was it even worth me going, training all this time, breaking, my back, training to get to the Olympics, to win this gold medal? It's doing absolutely nothing for me. Because when she returned from China to Flint, Michigan, she returned to the same spot that she was in, the same mentality that, she had before she left. Everything was the same. That medal that she thought would change everything didn't. And it wasn't until she decided, at one point she was in a store. Like I said, she'd given up hope. She decided she wasn't going to even train anymore to keep boxing. She didn't want to do it because she felt like, it was a waste of time. But she was in the store, and all of a sudden she got this aha moment when she happened to look over and saw one of the athletes on a box of cereal, and she started thinking, and then she thought about her life and her surroundings. But it wasn't, I say all of that to say this, it wasn't until she changed the way she looked at things that the things she looked at changed. Her mindset changed when she said, I have to get out of here and go where I can reach my goals, where I can progress, where I can get all of the noise out of my head. It wasn't until she realized that, she changed her mindset, that she was able to go back. And in 2016, she won the gold medal again in London at the Olympics, back-to-back gold medals. So I use this example because when we look at the mindset, when we look at our thinking, and I say that these two are powerful tools, your thinking, your mindset, these are the things that will take you off track. Because if you don't stay focused, if you decide that, you know, hey, I want it today, I want it all now, or the gold medal is just gonna, when she thought once she got that gold medal in her hand, it was just everything, all her problems were over. But the mindset didn't change, because she went back into that same impoverished area, to that same impoverished thinking. And until she came out of that, it wasn't going to work. So here's the thing. Adaptability is the cornerstone to success. And change is the cornerstone to success. And when we embrace change and turn challenges into opportunities for growth, we can then begin to look at where we are going and what we plan on doing. And that's what she had to do in order to get to where she is now, which is she's non-defeated as a boxer. She is still one of the best, greatest Black female boxers in the world. Again, if you don't know Clarissa Shields, make sure you look her up, Google her. She's a part of our Black history that I'm sure a lot of us didn't even know about. So I want you again to know that every minute you spend focused on your goals is a minute invested in your future. And every minute wasted is a minute you'll never get back, because it's lost forever. Did you know that success lies just outside your comfort zone? See, what she did was, Clarissa, what she did was she went back to her comfort zone. But that comfort zone was not the place that she needed to be, because her mindset also adapted to that comfort zone. Did you know that with the growth mindset, you're constantly evolving, building the skills needed to reach your goals? Success isn't for those who fear failure. It's for those who see failure as a stepping stone toward improvement. Successful people view every challenge as a chance to learn and grow. They understand that setbacks are not the end of a setup for a comeback. So you have to embrace each moment. Take that step forward and keep your eyes on the vision you're building. You have the power to create it. All it just takes is the right mindset. And I'm here to tell you that greatness is within your reach. But I also have to ask you, what steps are you taking to move forward? What actions are you taking to leave a legacy for our young people to help shift their mindset toward possibility? What are you doing to show them a path to success, especially those who feel there's no clear way forward because they lack positive role models? Our young people need to know how to build a future for themselves, to make a living, to find direction. So, what are you doing to make a real impact in their lives and ultimately on this world? Now, I realize I'm giving you a lot to think about, but let me be clear. Nothing comes from missed opportunities, broken promises, or half-hearted attitudes. We can't expect to inspire change in our young people or anyone else if we don't start by transforming our own mindset. And it all begins with believing in yourself, because self-belief is the cornerstone of any meaningful transformation. And that's why it's essential to ask yourself, why am I here? What is my purpose? And when you know the why behind your actions, you'll find the strength to stay committed to your goals and to finish what you start. The life you lead starts with the beliefs you hold deep inside. Embracing your own worthiness Truly believing that you deserve the success you envision is the foundation of every step forward. And always remember, change starts within. You are what you think. When you truly believe in the vision you have for your future, that belief fuels everything else. You have what it takes to do whatever you set your mind to do. Maybe you won't follow the exact path of the leaders and the speakers you've heard from this week. You may not do things exactly as they did them or on the same timeline, but you can still achieve your goals if you believe in yourself, if you hold on to your vision, because this network and everyone here can support you. This community can open doors, guide you toward new opportunities, and offer insights that can change your life. But understand this: the journey to success is rarely a straight, smooth path. It's full of twists, turns, and moments that test your resilience. It's about pushing forward when others might stop, persevering when the road gets tough, and standing firm, even when others say you can't make it. And when you feel the urge to quit before even getting started, remember this: quitting may offer momentary relief, but it will also steal the chance to discover the depths of your potential. It's in those difficult moments when you're tempted to give up that you learn who you truly are. And this is what happened when Clarissa Shields, she gave up for a while. She thought to herself, what was the point of winning a gold medal if nothing changes? But then, like I said, she realized she had to change in order for the things in her life to change. Her mindset had to change. Each time you push through, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of so much more than you thought. So let today be the day you commit fully to your journey. Believe in yourself. Embrace your worthiness. And remember that success isn't just for others, it's for you too. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the courage to believe you can make them real. As you already know, some people succeed because they're destined to, but most people succeed because they are determined to. Determination is the fuel that keeps us moving forward, even when the path gets tough. I want you to take a moment now to reflect on what truly brings you happiness and fulfillment. Think about what you're passionate about, the values that guide you, and the skills that make you come alive. Consider how powerful it would be to share these gifts with the world, to inspire others by stepping fully into what makes you unique. And remember, you don't have to take this journey alone. This platform is here as a foundation, a support network, a resource for you to draw from. Think of it as a well of knowledge and inspiration filled with insights, experiences, and tools from those who traveled a similar road. Because this platform has already opened doors for so many, and it can do the same for you. That's if you're willing to step forward, to be intentional, and to embrace the opportunities that you're given. You know, you have access to resources that can take you to the next level, resources that have the power to transform your vision into reality. But here's the key: having resources is only the beginning. True growth happens when you put them into action, when you implement the lessons you've learned and make the choice each day to move closer to your goals. This is where transformation occurs, in the daily determined steps toward the future that you envision. So ask yourself, are you ready to fully commit to this journey? Are you ready to embrace your own potential? Not just in thought, but in action. Because success doesn't come to those who wait for it. It comes to those who decide they're worthy of it and are willing to put in the work to make it real. So use the resources at your fingertips. Lean into the support of this community. Network, reach out to them, and let your determination be the spark that ignites your path to success. Because every step you take toward believing in yourself moves you closer to your goals, closer to success, and closer to genuine happiness. Remember, each small action builds on the last, creating momentum and bringing you nearer to the life you envision for yourself. So when I tell you that gaining insight from people who have been in your shoes, I mean that you're hearing from those who have faced similar challenges, navigated the same obstacles, and stared down self-doubt. They stepped out of their comfort zone and declared, I will not quit. They persisted through the setbacks and the struggles. And now they're here to share their success with you because they believe you too can make it. You know, I don't want you to be one of those people who, try out what they've learned, but quickly lose motivation when the progress feels slow. Don't be that person who thinks it's just not happening fast enough for me, or who gives up at the first sign of hard work. Because true progress rarely happens overnight, and meaningful results take time, effort, and consistency. If you give in to impatience or walk away when things get tough, you're only robbing yourself of the success that could be yours if you just keep going. We all know success isn't just reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work. So keep this in mind. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the level of effort you're willing to put in. Each setback, again, is just a stepping stone. Each challenge, an opportunity to prove your resilience. Your goals are truly achievable. And let me assure you right here and now, they can and you can be done. You can achieve what you set out to do. The journey is not smooth, but the rewards will be great. I just want to let each of you know that you are worthy. You are capable. You should never give up on your dreams. So take the inspiration you gain here, put it into action, and don't look back. Every day, remind yourself that your goals are within reach, and with relentless determination, you can achieve them. I just want to thank you all for listening to me. I am Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. And if you would like to reach out to me, you can email me at info@exwis.org. exwsi.com, or go to my website, www.exwsi.com. Thank you again for listening to me. It's been a pleasure.
Wow. Woo, Dr. Madeline. I needed that. Every bit of it, every word. Thank you. Thank you. And when you said greatness is within you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Every word of that. Thank you. Thank you for such inspiring presentation, mindset shift, all of that. Let us know one more time how we can reach out to you, because a lot of us need you.
You can email me at info@exwsi.com, or go to my website. There's a contact form on there, www.exwsi.com. Oh, and don't forget, my new book is out on A Successful Mindset, Show Up to Rise Up, exploring the transformative power of a successful mindset. So you can get the book on Amazon.com. Make sure you do so. Has a lot of great nuggets in there, and I think you'll appreciate it. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Dr. Madeline, I can't let you go quite yet because I do have a few questions for you.
Oh, my
if you
goodness.
don't
Okay.
mind.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is a one of a lifetime opportunity. So I'm going to take advantage of it. Let's talk a little bit more about this mindset piece here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we should just roll over that. I think we need to face that, heads on. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
How did you get to this point? That's what I want to know. I know there are plenty of stories you could tell, but how did we get to that point of shifting the mindset?
I tell you what, I get questions all the time. People tell me, I talk to you all the time and you never seem like you're worrying about stuff, or you never seem like, I know that you do stuff all day. You're busy. I see you posting online, but when I call you, you never say I don't have time or this, that, because my mindset is always that if I can control it, I will. If I can fix it, I will. If I can't, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, because you can't go around taking on other people's problems. And that's something I refuse to do, because that's when I talked about the movie, The Fire Inside. Make sure you go see that too.
I will.
Clarissa Shields, when she went back home, she went right back and stepped right back into all those problems. Everybody, because she won the gold medal, they all were looking at her for this and for that and trying to pull her this way, pull her that way. And you just can't do it. And I heard something a long time ago. Someone said to me, you just can't, you don't take on people's problems. Sometimes you just have to bless and release them. And let me tell you something, you have to do that, because that was the only way that she was able to go back and win another gold medal, because she did that. She had to tell her family, her friends, hey, I got to get out of here. I got to quiet that noise in my head. And that's what you do. You keep that noise out of your head. If you're focused on something, you're trying to reach a goal. If the person is not adding, correcting it to you, then you can't have them, distracting you.
Right.
You can't. Your mindset has to be, this is where I'm going. Now, you're either going with me or you're not, but you're not going to pull me back. So you have to keep your mind focused on what it is. Like Dr. Kelly said on Monday, it's the thinking. It's the thinking. People go down a rabbit hole quick because they start thinking, what ifs? That's what I say in my TEDx. What if I can't do it? What if they don't like me? What if this is not right? What if? What if? Well, why are you going there?
Right.
Why are you taking on that before you even started something you wanted to start? I remember a young guy I worked with years ago. He had a degree. He had a 4-year degree, and he was working at a clerk in our office. And so I asked him, I said, you have a 4-year degree. Why are you working as a clerk? Because you can, there were other things he could have been doing. I saw it in him. He didn't see it in himself, but I saw. So I asked him, and he said to me, his degree was in social, how they go out, what do you call the people that go out and help the ones?
Social workers?
Yeah, social worker. That's what his degree was in. But he said someone told him that degree was no good and it was not going to do anything for him. And I thought to myself, you spent 4 years in college getting that degree because it's obviously something that you had a passion for doing.
Right.
You let one person who probably never went to college or stepped outside of the 2 block
out of it. Yep.
Their own home tell you that your degree was not worth anything. And you listen to it. That's what I mean about people, going down a rabbit hole, letting other people change their mindset. It's like, if you're focused on something and you have a goal, you have to stay on that path, stay on that track. You don't let someone else, everybody has an opinion. And yes, I can listen to what you have to say, but your opinion is your opinion. Your opinion does not affect my goals or what I'm trying to do. Now, unless it's something that, it's valuable, like doctors say, if your value isn't valuable, if you can't add value to what I'm doing, then your opinion to me does not matter.
That's right.
And you have to look at it. That's the way you have to keep your mindset on a positive track. Keep it focused on what you're trying to do, the goals you're trying to reach. And you'll be surprised how people will try to tell you, oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you, but they've never done it. So how can they tell you they wouldn't do it?
Right.
Great.
And then we listen to them. We will stop and listen to them and allow them to talk us out of it.
Absolutely.
Every time. Absolutely. And they have no credibility in that lane.
None whatsoever. If you don't, like Dr. Kelly and I, sometimes we laugh about it. If you don't have a business, how can you tell me how to run a business? So hey, let's not get it twisted. You just have to remember your mind is a powerful tool, and you just have to keep that noise out of it. Keep that negative stuff out of it, and just stay on the path that you're on. Yeah.
Okay. I want to segue into this next question. It's along the lines of mindset, but personal development. I didn't realize how important personal development really was. I mean, I've been a student and an advocate of personal development before I even knew what it was. At the age of 16, 100 years ago, I ordered the cassette tapes from Tony Robbins, and I've always been a student of that lane, of that space. It has really helped me shape my mindset. It's really helped me with that. What role does personal development play in your life and in your business? Because you're very accomplished. We can all see that. You have so many awards and accolades. The page is full. And I know personal development has to play an important role in there somewhere. Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. I have, I think when I was younger, one of the things I found out really quick was that you have to be an expert in your field or in, whatever your endeavor is. You have to stay on top. You have to be an expert in it, because no matter where you go, if you look like me and you're going to be questioned about it. Somebody is going to want to, question you to see what your credentials are, or if you should be here, or if you should be teaching that, and so I learned that early on. And the fact that I was in positions where I always had to either train or go out and represent the organization or what have you. And I got that. I was always, there was always going to be that one person in the room that wanted to challenge. And so I learned early on that whenever I opened my mouth, I had to be on top of my game. I had to know that I know that I know that I know.
That I know.
Yeah, Absolutely. Because like I said, there was always going to be that one person that was going to raise their hand and want to say, well, I thought that, or this is what, no, that's not what it was. But you just have to, when it comes to personal development or whatever your field is, whatever your area of expertise is, make sure that when you open your mouth, you know what you're talking about. And that you always go and show them or tell them, hey, no, this is what it is. I can show you where it's at, because like I said, there's always going to be the challenge. But yes, I'm a big proponent of personal professional development. I'm big on that because I know that as women, we're more closely scrutinized, but as Black women, we're definitely going to be questioned, and our credentials, different things. I mean, you see that even today. You can see it even today. I mean, look at what happened during the election. If you want to be real, look how the VP was questioned about her credentials when we know she has the credentials, but they were questioned. And the only reason that was because one, she was female, two, because she was Black female. So you just got to stay on top of your game. And professional development is definitely it. If you're in business or if you're a coach, whatever you do, whatever even if you're in a career and you're supervised over a team or whatever, I always used to say that I don't have to be an expert in every area, but I need to know a little bit about all of it.
Yep.
Well, I need to know a little bit about EEO. I need to know a little bit about HR. I need to know a little bit about finance. I need to know a little bit about all those things. But I also need to have networked so that I have a contact in each one of those areas. So when I get a question that I don't know, I can pick up the phone and call that expert because I know where to go to get the information that I need.
Right. I love that. And that brings me to my next question. It's a great segue. Before we were live on the platform, I was watching your TEDx and I was thoroughly enjoying your talk. And I was like, oh, wow. She is such a charismatic leader. She's a visionary leader, all of that good stuff. And I study leadership on a high level. And thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for being a beacon of light and hope for us, especially women of color. I see you, and I want you to know that I do see you.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about leadership, women in leadership. Do you think we are making strides in that space? Are we moving the needle at all?
A little, but again, it's one of those things where when you walk into a room, when I say about being assertive, you have to be. You can't walk into that room and shrink back. You can't lead from the rear. I mean, you can't lead sitting in the back of the room.
Right.
You have to be, you have to be upfront and to let people, like I said, know that you know. So I think as women, there are some strides being made, but it's still not where it should be. There's still like I said, the questioning of our credentials whenever, and what I said about, a man will apply for a position when he has only 60% of the qualifications. But a female will look at that same posting and think, oh, I need to have all the boxes checked. Well, no, you don't. If you can, it's like, I remember again, a long time ago in my career, I had a female to tell me I was applying for a position. And she told me, she said, when you put in for that position and you write it up, she said, you make it sound like you can walk on water. She said, because the purpose is to get to the interview because that is where you sell yourself.
Right.
She told me. And I never forgot those words. And she just don't, people tell me stuff and I retain it.
Right.
And that made sense to me because if I'm sugarcoating or lowballing what I've done, then I'm not going to even get to the interview. And that's what she was saying. That's why she put it like that. You make it sound like you can walk on water because you want to get to that interview. And that's what I tell the people, the women that I work with. It's about tooting your horn. Do not be afraid to toot your own horn. That's what I tell them.
And that's what I teach. But you know, Dr. Madeline, now you have to agree that takes a certain mindset, especially for women and then women of color. That takes a certain mindset. It's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
It really is.
It does. But it's also like I go back to some of these movies where I don't know if you see the 688 when in the movie Kerry Washington, when the colonel tells her that he's going to bring a white soldier in to take over that unit, and she looks at him and she says, "Over my dead body." And it's like the confidence that she had. You know, she was I think at the time she was a major, and of course he was a colonel. So she then, after she said it, and when he turned around, she gave him the proper, with all due respect. But then she told him, "Over my dead body." And see, the thing of it is, you have to know that when you stand firm, you are standing firm on your right, on your rightness. You know that you have right on your side. So you don't shrink back. You don't let somebody second guess you or take your ideas or make you feel like what you said did not matter, or you said it and nobody listened, but the guy over there in the corner said it, and all of a sudden it's a brilliant idea. Well, it was a brilliant idea when I said it too. So
when
that's
I said it, right.
You got to say it with confidence. You have to speak up and let them know it's a brilliant idea, and I'm saying it out loud so you can hear me. You know, let your voice be heard. So that's where that come from. But yes, like you said, it does take a certain mindset, and I don't know if some of my sternness or firmness or whatever comes from being in the military, because I did have to lead male soldiers as well as female soldiers. And when I said something, I had to be able to say it in a voice that they knew this is what you need to do, and not question it, you know? So, but it's also the confidence part, the assertive part, and knowing your worth and your value, and knowing your capabilities and your skills. So that it all comes from that. And so you have to rely on the fact that when you have these things, you have to make sure that, yes, I'm supposed to be here. That's why, you know, when they say being in the room, yes, you're supposed to be in that room. You wouldn't be in that room if you weren't qualified to be there. So don't shrink back when you're in that room. And that's you know, when I work with women, that is what I definitely get them to understand and always emphasize with them. And like I said, hey, I'm about tooting your own horn. When so
you know, it took me a long time to understand that concept, because I'm so used to being behind the scenes, and now I specialize in visibility and publicity, especially for women and women of color. I show you how to get rid of those visibility blocks. But I didn't realize that I too went through that stage, being behind the scenes, you know, in the back of the room, never wanted to be seen, didn't necessarily speak up, but knew I had something to say. But when I did speak up, everyone listened. You know, even the managers would come to me. Everyone, when I was in corporate, everyone would come to me and say, "Now, what was said?" Now, Nikki knows what was said. Now, I'm sure she, because I documented everything, right? And I realized my voice matters too.
Exactly.
So I wish more women would understand that.
Look at it. That's what you have to look at. My voice matters too. So when I say something, you are not going to just overlook me. And I mean, when I was in the workplace, they used to I know they wanted to slap me. They were probably a whole bunch of them wanted to just slap me till it all fall off. If I'm sitting in a meeting and I had something to say, I was going to say it. And they sitting there like, oh
Right.
Lord, there she go again. Yes, there I go again. Because my opinion, if I have something to say, I'm gonna speak up and say it. I'm not gonna sit here and then when the meetings is over, then all of a sudden I got to no, it's of no use then. If the meeting's over, why am I waiting until everybody's gone? And then I'm gonna say, oh well, I had this idea. No, my idea is gonna come out while I'm sitting right there. Yeah.
But when you don't speak up a lot of times, and I know there are some quiet leaders out there, we call them quiet leaders, but sometimes when you don't speak up for yourself or for others, or you're not advocating for yourself, you lose respect. You really lose respect. And I'm not saying be the angry Black woman like some of us are called.
We're
And
gonna be called that anyway if we speak
anyway.
up. We're gonna get that anyway. So you may as well speak
anyway.
up. Yes.
Yeah, we might as well speak up. I like that.
Right.
You might as well speak up.
I mean, that's why I said when I use the word assertive, a lot of times it's you're being assertive, meaning that you're speaking up. I'm not saying it in in a way that I'm being rude or anything like that. But if you interrupt me, I'm going to say to you, excuse me, but I am speaking now. So
and I would like to be heard.
Exactly. You wait till I finish and then you say what you have to say, just like I gave you the respect of letting you say what you had to say and not interrupting you. And you just have to, sometimes do that in order for them to make sure that they see you, like you said, and that your voice is heard. And that, again, like you said, that also comes from the mindset. And you just have to, women, we are just so, sometimes we're the worst with being assertive like that.
Right.
We do let, other people take our ideas or say nothing, and we say nothing, whereas we should not do that. We shouldn't do it. And we shouldn't have to be put in a position to do it, for one, but we definitely should not let it happen.
Right. Yeah. Close us out one more time with the thing you said earlier, the phrase you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Greatness is
within. It is definitely within you. Yes, it is. And I mean, all you got to do is just pull it out. It's there. Because like I said in my TEDx talk, we are the greatest resource on this planet. Women are, and you just have to remember that when you step in a room, before you have to get up and say something, just remember the fact that you are one of the greatest resources on this planet. That's right.
And you have everything inside of you to be great.
That's right.
Everything. I love it. I love it. Yes. There's nothing else left to be said. I appreciate you, Dr. Madeline. You are amazing, amazing. And we appreciate you being here with us.
You too.
Yes, spending time with us.
Reaching out to you because I love your ideas too. So definitely gonna be reaching out to you.
Absolutely, anytime.
That's what on my show. Definitely.
We'd love to. We'd love to. And this is such a great platform. I get to meet amazing speakers like you. I'm going to go back and watch that TEDx talk. Oh, I was all into it. I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. She's amazing. Thank you for being genuine. That's what I see. Thank you for being genuine. Absolutely. All right, we're going to close out this evening. And we want to remind everyone, genius is common. And I will see you on the other side.
Absolutely.